Welcome to WGN-TV Political Report. I'm Taman Bradley. Paul is off today. We wish him a happy Hanukkah. We begin this morning at City Hall. A public school teacher turned organizer, Brandon Johnson, was elected mayor on a promise to change the way politics operates in a city best known for the Chicago way. But facing an increasingly urgent migrant crisis and the realities of governing amidst a tense city council, can the administration deliver true change? And we are live this morning. Our first guest serves as Deputy Chief of Staff to Mayor Brandon Johnson. She is Dr. Christina Pacione-Zayas. Welcome to Political Report. Good to have you here. We learned this weekend that migrants are no longer being dropped off at the city landing zones. Texas has stopped giving you a heads up about the buses being sent here. Who's responsible for coordinating with Governor Abbott?
Well, it's our Office of Emergency Management, both teams at the Texas border as well as the state. That's where we were trying to have some type of communication and coordination. Even before our ordinance, that has fines and fees as well as citations and now impoundment, we were only getting manifests for about a third of the buses.
How did the communication break down? You guys obviously sent a delegation to the border to try to get on the same page with Texas. What happened?
Yeah, I think, there are NGOs that are doing the work and we still have great relationships with them. There are local governments where we have had some conversations and we've shared information back and forth. The Abbott buses, you have to understand, are funded by the state and there's certain directives there, whereas certain cities have their own busing. And that's where we were actually getting more communication. But since we have put out this ordinance and we did give the notice for it, and, mind you, we're just trying to have an organized and predictive process so we can humanely welcome individuals that are coming to Chicago for sanctuary. And so when we put out this, ordinance to let them know these are kind of the protocols that we're looking for. We want you to submit a permit online 48 hours in advance. CDOT commissioner will sign off on it, and therefore we have notice to be able to prepare for beds based on the composition. We also ask that you drop off at our landing zone between the hours of 8 to 5:30 and no more than 2 buses a day, 2 buses an hour. And so it's really just about having some type of organization to this process and coordination. And
given that that's not happening, is it time now to move to 24-hour drop-off zones and then you can begin to find a placement for new arrivals?
Well, that causes a significant strain on our operation. And so it's really just about how can we have that type of communication so we can better coordinate and safely welcome people. Because now what's happening is that drivers are diverting and not going to Chicago and dropping off on the side of the road or in, adjacent municipalities without any kind of notice. In some instances, we've heard from new arrivals that the security officers or the bus drivers are buying Ventura passes or, Amtrak or Metra tickets so that they can just, from the border of the city of Chicago, come into the city. That is unsafe in this kind of weather. And then, of course, they don't know, how to navigate those types of systems.
And as of this morning, there's no one staying at police stations, right?
Yes. Right now, if there is anybody at police stations, it's because they've walked in because you may have had some kind of, dispersal of individuals that were dropped off from previous buses. But, fingers crossed, we are able to keep the police stations retired as emergency staging areas, because that was our main goal back in the fall, was to get everybody from sleeping on floors in police stations and the airports into shelter. At our height, we had about 3,900 people across all those spaces, and now today, thankfully, we are at 0.
You abandoned the winterized tent plan, but there's been tremendous fallout from the Brighton Park mishap. 3 aldermen called for resignations of senior staffers, including yourself. Why was the administration okay with housing migrants on toxic land?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because I think what we have to acknowledge is that across the city of Chicago, we have quite a bit of toxic land. If you go in your backyard and actually test the soil, I'm sure you're going to find some toxins. It's really about remediation. And I think what's really important for people to understand is that brownfield remediation is good. When we identify land that has toxins and we make the attempts to remediate and we test and we check and we assure that it is safe, then we can reuse that land. Otherwise, it's a vicious cycle of using the land for the same purpose and, of course, never addressing the toxicity. We were in the process of going through that land assessment. This was just the first phase of it. And so when we issued the report, we still had additional work to do, but unfortunately we were not able to proceed at the time because of the state and them wanting to put a pause on the work.
You pivoted from Brighton Park. How much is the aftermath of all of that going to cost Chicago taxpayers?
Well, there's the cost for the environmental assessment, which, we're still, like I said, we still have one more section that we have to finish up. There's the cost for some of the infrastructure build out that has to do with streets and sanitation, with the Department of Water Management, as well as the Department of Transportation. And so at this point, until we have our, final assessment from our environmental consultant, we'll then be able to know what the true cost is. But we are basically remediating land that is literally 10 feet from residential homes. So this is actually leaving the land in a better place than what we found it.
The state didn't do an emergency supplemental to help Chicago care for the migrants, and it seems like some lawmakers have been reluctant to give you all cash. Are the governor and mayor okay? Is their relationship good?
Yeah, there is a healthy back and forth. There is a constant dialogue and communication. We are always coordinating with the Department of Human Services, who is the entity that is responsible for the new arrival mission from the state level. I think actually you all may be pleased to see this. We just launched on Friday, in the spirit of transparency, on our Welcoming City webpage. There is a dashboard of all of our vendor payments, by vendor, by month. We have nothing to hide with respect to what we inherited and how we are moving in a way towards greater efficiency, but standing in our values.
All right, we'll go through that. This week, City Council stopped Alderman Anthony Bill's advisory referendum that would ask voters if Chicago should limit its designation as a sanctuary city. Also this week, we saw the chairwoman of the state NAACP apologized after being caught on tape saying that migrants were raping people and also saying they're acting like savages. What more can the administration do to fix the tension that's sort of developed between African Americans and Latinos?
I think some of it is a issue of disinformation, with particularly the referendum. If we were to limit the sanctuary city status, it would not have anything or effect on what we are doing with respect to our new arrival mission. And I think that, the alderperson that introduced it was trying to address what his constituents were lifting up in terms of feeling frustration and neglect. And this is something that happened well before this administration. We are only 7 months in, and to think that we're able to actually solve that in 7 months during an international humanitarian crisis while standing up the third largest government in the country is just not realistic. But it doesn't mean that we don't have a commitment to hear out our constituents, to ensure that we are making strides towards meeting those promises that were made on the campaign trail, which is why we have referendum like Bring Chicago Home, which is why we have treatment, not trauma, which is why we are making investments to remove the red tape for more affordable housing across the city so we can better serve all of Chicago. This
week, the administration launched a community safety plan focused on troubled South and West Side areas. It's about helping young people. You want to get $100 million from the business community. In her final year in office, Mayor Lightfoot put together about $300 million for anti-violence support. How is this plan any different than what's been tried before?
I think what's different is that our community safety deputy mayor, Garion Gatewood, comes from a track record of being able to build coalitions and build mechanisms of co-governance so that it becomes everybody's collective responsibility to ensure that we are addressing community safety from a holistic lens. If you just put it on law enforcement, you are not going to get radically different outcomes because they're supposed to solve crime. They don't necessarily have a role in preventing crime. We are supposed to, as a community, lean into the wisdom of the community, lean into advocates and social service agencies, the business community, philanthropy, so that we can comprehensively address the root causes, have a layered approach, a people-driven and place-based strategy that is data-informed so we can really drill down on the blocks that need the greatest investment and therefore have the greatest promise for improved outcomes.
I know you're a champion of co-governance. We don't live in a direct democracy, obviously. We hire the mayor and our alder people to make decisions for us. Someone's always going to dissent, even in the migrant situation. You see, Black African-American community leaders who don't want migrants in their wards. How do you go about this co-governing when, as you said, there's misinformation, there's misunderstanding, and not everyone's going to agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the beauty of democracy. It's messy, it's complex, it's complicated. But I think what's really unique about this particular administration, coming from a movement background, coming from organizing, we thoroughly understand that you can't do things to people, you must do things with people so that we can all have a hand in making the decisions. Co-governance is really about a set of principles and values that translate into application and an approach where we have shared responsibility for co-designing solutions as well as evaluating those solutions and then ultimately helping to implement those solutions.
All right, Dr. Christina Passiones-Zayas, the Deputy Chief of Staff for Mayor Johnson. Merry Christmas. Thanks for being here live with us.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to take our first break, but still to come on WGN TV Political Report. It's still 8 months away, but preparations for the 2024 DNC in Chicago have begun. An update on the convention and how you can get involved. But first, with plans for a suburban stadium stalled in Springfield, the Chicago Bears are still searching for their next home. After the break, we talked to a state lawmaker who says a new proposal could keep the team inside city limits. Stay with us.